think we got everything going. Let some people get in here. I think I accidentally announced 8 p.m., but really it was just pushing yesterday to today, so same time, 7 p.m. Hopefully people saw my post on the community. Tried to announce it. I tried. I really did. Let's see. Make sure everything is on silent. I think we're good. Yep, we're good. What is going on, all you gold and blue dude-ites? Yes, I didn't have a live show yesterday. I had family come in from West Virginia, my brother to be specific. So I wanted to hang out with him for a little bit because we don't get to hang out very much. So instead of a live show yesterday, we're doing a live show today. How about that? It's better than nothing, right? And don't forget, this is not just a live show. This is a live call-in show because all my Saturday shows are call-in shows. Mondays, we'll see. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So, but today, definitely a live call-in show. Man, my Bengals, finally, back to the Super Bowl. They have been to the Super Bowl before, but it was when I was really, really little and didn't know what the heck was going on. Definitely know what the heck is going on. And this is a weird feeling. I slightly remember the national championship trip by West Virginia when they played Notre Dame. I remember watching it, but couldn't really grasp the situation. I was a West Virginia fan by then, for sure. This is a whole new feeling because I'm not used to any of my teams going this far. We had a pretty good stretch in the early 2000s as far as West Virginia goes. Several BCS Bowl wins, close to getting to a national championship, but not quite. This is something new for me. So I'm definitely excited, but at the same time I'm kind of leery of getting my hopes up, because the way my life has gone as far as sports related is get my hopes up really high, and then of course they let me down. Hopefully it doesn't happen. And the crazy thing is, Cincinnati has been to the Super Bowl twice. Both of those times were against the 49ers, and both of those times they got beat. Lo and behold, it's the 49ers and the Rams that are going to be battling out for the NFC Championship. So we, Cincinnati, the Bengals, could be playing San Francisco again for the third time. They've only been to the Super Bowl 3 times. This will be the third time. And all 3 times would be against San Francisco. Hopefully the outcome would be different this time if San Francisco does somehow gets to the Super Bowl. We'll see. All I know is I'm excited. I'm not used to this. I guess I kind of sort of know what Alabama fans feel like now, even though it'd be a much different feeling if this were West Virginia. We were talking about much different. I'm happy for the Bengals. I really am. They are my NFL team. But I definitely don't like the NFL as much as I do college football. So if West Virginia were to get to the national championship, my gosh, I'd be all over the place. I wouldn't know how to talk, probably mild heart attack, all that stuff. And especially if they won it, my gosh, you talk about a crazy video. That'd be a crazy video. Never know. One of these days. We're trying to make steps towards that. We'll see. But Cincinnati made the playoffs, got to host one game against the Raiders, beat the Raiders, then went on the road and beat the number 1 seed Tennessee. And then they went on the road and won in an extremely difficult place to win at Kansas City. That has been voted very often as the toughest place to grab a win in the NFL because of the crowd noise. One of the loudest stadiums in the NFL. So, that's something right there. Even if we don't win the Super Bowl, accomplishing that, insane. And Joe Burrow has proven that he is definitely a great leader. Because even after they won that first game against the Raiders, for us Cincinnati fans, we're like, man, finally, a playoff win, because we went through a stretch where we got to the playoffs, but we could not win a playoff game. So we're like, yes, we won a playoff game. Joe Burrow, we planned on winning this game. No big deal. On to the next game. We still have business to take care of, and they have taken care of business. So I'm pretty happy about that. Hold on, let me get my Pepsi ready. So I'm also not feeling all that great. I don't know if it's a sinus infection or a cold or slight touch of the flu. Hopefully not COVID again. That sucked the first go around. I'm not quite feeling the way I did when I had COVID, but you never know. It could progress. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That sucks real bad. But even if it did, I would still do videos every day, just like I did the first time I had COVID. So we'll see. Let me straighten this out just a bit. There we go. Now we're centered. Now we're cooking. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat real quick. Do my quick shout-outs. Elijah Allen. SEC East will be tougher than West next year. That's debatable, but I could see that. Chris Burdett, Jacob Watson, what's going on, buddy? Eddie Rose, man, how you doing? Of course, Wisconsin sports fan, one of my earlier subscribers. I think he subbed when I was in the sub 500s, under 500s. Noah Kundari, Sundari. One of those pronunciations has to be right. Appreciate you stopping by. Christian Sam Bostic. Talk is Pitt. Yeah, I'm actually friends with a Pitt fan. How about that? Let's see. Jeff Black in the house. Otto Man and Trey BTV. That's what I'm talking about. All the good ones are in the chat. Wisconsin sports fan says I'm sick too. Man, it's that time of the year, you know. Time to get sick. Unfortunately, I hate it, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, if y'all checked out my video that I did earlier, I made a video on Maryland maybe should be West Virginia's biggest rival because they have directly affected the path and the future of West Virginia. West Virginia had a chance to be in the ACC way back in 1953, and it was Maryland that led the charge against West Virginia, and they continued and continued and continued. They're no longer in the ACC. They're in the Big Ten. So that's why it's much more doable this go around. And I know it takes more than one vote. Maryland can't, be the only person to vote against West Virginia for that to happen. But they can lead the charge. And whenever a cause doesn't have a leader, usually the cause dies. So a lot of things in favor of West Virginia. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out whenever you get the chance. Patreon page, we've redone the whole thing. A lot more variety. We have a $2 package if you just want a little bit of gold and blue dude, and we have the $50 package if you want the full gold and blue dude experience. And I'm working with some different providers for gold and blue dude merchandise. That's the biggest thing that I need to nail down: gold and blue dude merchandise. And let me tell you, it is more tricky than you realize. So I'm trying to lock that down. That way I can get some merch out there for you guys. We had some merch early last year, so I handed out some samples. If you know Pigskin Pete, he's worn my hoodie sometimes, and he said it's pretty good quality. So that's my focus. I don't want it to be some cheap stuff where it tears up or shrinks on you or anything like that. So we're focusing on quality over quantity. Once we lock down the quality, then we can broaden our horizon to quantity. So I want to get that locked down. I think y'all deserve that as well. And hey, if you haven't gotten your koozie, all you have to do is email me your address and I will send it to you. Now, I will say this. If you've already emailed me and you haven't gotten it yet, number one, I apologize. I get a lot of emails, so sometimes it's hard to see every email. But email me again. I don't have a problem with that. Email me again. I'll send it out to you. No problem. Do I have any mods? Did we rotate all the mods out? Do we not have any mods in there? Uh-oh. But anyways, the email address is refsuck@gmail.com. That's spelled R-E-F-S, refs, and then suck, S-U-K, at gmail.com. So if you email me your address, I will 100% send you a koozie. I still have plenty to spare, guys. Plenty to spare. These are pretty good quality. I had an LSU subscriber email me about it, and we had some things come up, so he had to wait a little bit longer than usual. So you know what? As an apology, I actually sent him 2. So yes, I do try to make up for my mistakes. Bacon64 is now in the house. Christopher Foot, he says West Virginia to the Big Ten Conference. Not with Maryland in the Big Ten. That's one of the biggest issues with West Virginia getting into the ACC in the past. Maryland, I'm telling you, they do have a vendetta. Shane M. 1980, I appreciate your $10 super chat. He says, you got a P.O. box yet? I'm ready to see an LSU mini helmet behind you. I don't, but I'm going to renew it this week. That's one of my, what's it called? On my list of to-do things, my to-do list. So, yes, I am going to renew my P.O. box this week, and then I will put it out. Not only on my live shows, but I'll try to make sure to put it in the description of my regular videos. And yes, with the expansion of the shelves, we're going to display every stinking helmet that you want to send me. And if a team is not represented, I'll buy it myself and put it on the shelf as well. I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to give the studio a lot of depth. Hey, don't forget, if you want to support the show financially, monetarily, there's always that super chat button down on the bottom right hand. Shane M. 1980, obviously hit it, $10, appreciate it. Or you can do my PayPal, which I don't know if John Kelly has my PayPal link, but if somebody in the chat has my PayPal link, they can post it in as well. Anthony Zappin with the $10 chat. Wow. I'm surprised, Anthony. I am surprised. He says, let's go Mountaineers. Usually he makes me say something about Marshall. Since he's not making me say it, I'm not going to say it. Let's go Mountaineers. Hey, I'll always say that. Awesome stuff. By the way, guys, that guy right there, Anthony Zappin, did win the bowl prediction contest. But, Anthony Zappin, I need your PayPal or your Cash App so I can send you your money. So, whenever you get a chance, buddy, email me either your PayPal or your Cash App handle, and I will get it out to you as soon as possible, I promise. But I need that information, and I try to make sure that I check my email every day. So, I'll get that out to you as soon as possible if you send me the information. Pizza Woman decided to drop by. John Kelly, shout out to you, one of my good moderators. By the way, if you notice some people that usually have their wrench don't have it, it's not because they did something wrong or anything like that. What we do here at Golden Blue, we try to rotate moderators. That way, if you want a chance at being a moderator, you get your chance. So we're rotating through that, so you'll notice some new moderators and some people that used to be moderators that aren't anymore. They're not in any trouble, didn't do anything wrong, just trying the whole rotate thing. Double R in the house. RR, simple name. I'm just going to call you Double R. How's that? I like it. Did I already say Pizza Woman? I may have, but if I haven't, Pizza Woman. Bacon64 is in the house as well. Christopher Foot says, I like Missouri in the SEC. I do too, but I think they're in the wrong division. Missouri in the SEC East makes no sense at all, like not even close. I understand one of the reasons for doing that is probably because they didn't want to separate Alabama and Auburn, but a quick way to fix that is put both Alabama and Auburn in the SEC East, then you stick Missouri and Vanderbilt in the SEC West. Yeah, this is a call-in show, so anybody that has the call-in number, you may call in at any time you want. If you don't have the call-in number and you want the call-in number, all you have to do is email me at my email address. Tell me who you are and what number you're calling from, and we will send you the number back. Even if I can't get back to you on this particular show, I'll try. I promise. I will try to get back with you, but I'm doing a live show. Joey's not here. He don't have reception right now. He's doing a move. So if I don't get back to you tonight, I will definitely get back to you right after the show. But I'll still try. I just can't guarantee it. But if you already have the call-in number, go ahead and call in. I'm trying to get Tar Heel to call in. He always has a lot to say about my West Virginia to the ACC. He has a lot of comments about that. So I encouraged him to email me. You know what? That reminds me. Let me check. Maybe he has emailed me and I missed it. No, but I do have a new cozy request. I got you, man. I got you. Slight pop, guys. I apologize. What's going on? You're on with Golden Blue Dude.
What's up, GBD? It's Trey BTV.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I got a quick and simple question for you. I want your thoughts on this.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna make the tournament at this point?
That's a good question. I think there's enough games left on the schedule, enough winnable games left on the schedule for us to make the tournament. But the thing is, we're not playing good enough to even win the winnable games. So to answer your question, we got to get better if we want to get to the tournament. If we keep playing the way we've been playing the past 5 games, no, West Virginia is not going to make it to the big dance. But if we can play like we did earlier in the season, there are enough games on the schedule, winnable games, to where we can get into the tournament. Because fortunately for us, we did nail out 13 wins before this 5-game losing streak. So if we can get to 21-22, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, I really hope that we turn it around. And Hug said in the postseason that he thinks we've turned the corner and that the guys actually look like they competed against Arkansas. But
yeah, that's a tough place to play too. Arkansas is actually a pretty good SEC team. They're not like top tier, but they would probably be a good comparison would be maybe an Iowa State in the Big 12. So they're a tough team.
Yeah, Arkansas is on the come up definitely with the football program. What's interesting about football is when you see schools start to win in football, it almost affects every other sport at the university. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, that is true. The only exception, except for the past couple of years, was Alabama. But that was because of coaching hires. They had some terrible, and I mean terrible coaches. But you go back to whenever Florida was winning national championships in football, they were also winning national championships in college basketball. And Ohio State had the same thing happen to them before Florida did. So, I would agree with that. So, keep your eyes out on Baylor in college football as well because they're building something as well.
Yeah, Baylor is going to have something special out there in Waco for sure. Now, one thing I wanted to say that I didn't get to talk about on the Grievance show, as a Mountaineer fan, I'm tired of not having an identity, man.
Oh yeah.
It's upsetting, dude. Like at one point we were straight up gunslinger, Will Greer under center, offense and football, pressed Virginia in basketball, and we were relevant nationally. And it just the past it's probably been 4 years, 3 years, I guess, that I just haven't felt a true identity as a Mountaineer fan.
I definitely 100% agree with that. I think the football program has addressed that with the Graham Harrell. We're definitely going to be an air raid offense in 2022. The basketball situation is we lost a ton of talent from last year's team. I know Oscar Sheboy, it was kind of middle of the year type of thing, but we didn't have him this year. Derek Culver was gone and Miles McBride. So I knew this year was going to be a rebuild year. And so I was actually surprised that we won 13 games before this recent 5-game slide. So the basketball side, I'm not worried about. They're doing what I thought they would do, but a little bit later in the year. So it kind of fooled people because we were winning games that we shouldn't have won. And now that things are kind of averaging out, people are like, what happened to our basketball program? Well, you're seeing the lack of talent that we lost. We do have Taz Sherman and a couple other guys on there. I like Curry and Kedrian. Those two guys are really playing well, but they're so young. Our basketball team is very, very young right now, and we don't have a leader. Taz Sherman can shoot, but he's not a leader.
Yeah, I think that I expected a lot more out of Sean McNeil. He's turned more into more so. He gets hot. He's a streaky shooter. When he gets hot, he's scoring. But it almost feels like he's taken on more of just a role player type of player. I love Sean. I think he embodies everything it means to be a Mountaineer. But he just hasn't had the best year. And what about Auburn basketball? Like I don't know. Like
man.
I can't think of another time that they've been relevant in basketball. It's just like they came out of nowhere. Or
Yeah.
maybe I just wasn't watching
No,
them.
I agree. Now it's been in the making. I mean, it's been the past few years, but this year's kind of the
Yeah.
culmination of it all. But like Arkansas, for instance, they used to have the 30 minutes from hell because their press was probably the best ever of all time. Of course, Alabama's been slowly grinding. So I would say out of all the teams, yeah, Auburn would be the biggest surprise because Auburn has never really, been all that great in basketball. So I would definitely
Right.
agree with you on that.
Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to tell you about was I'm super excited about the GVD montage I Am Golden Blue video. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I got a couple more today. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a good one. I had the idea pop in my head, and sometimes when you have an idea, it sounds good in your head, and then you try to execute it, and it just totally bombs. So I was kind of scared of that, but people have responded pretty good to that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be cool once it comes out. But I'm gonna get back to watching this movie, man. I appreciate you having me on. As always, everybody head over to the Patreon account and subscribe if you're not already. But thanks, DVD, and I'll see you next time, man.
All right, bud. I appreciate your support. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
All right, see you. Had some good hard hitting questions for West Virginia, man. But I think we'll be much better in football. I'm not worried about football as much as I am in basketball. And that's weird to say because we have Bob Huggins as our basketball coach. And past, I'd say at least 3 years, our basketball program has been in a much better situation than our football. But, it is what it is. I'm excited about 2022. I think, because West Virginia's had a great defense for the past 2 years, solid. It was elite in 2020. We lost a lot of talent, but we were still pretty good last year. So I'm not worried about the defense. And we're going to have definitely more of an air raid this year. And hopefully that opens up our running game because our running game was pretty much non-existent last year. Letty Brown broke 100 yards 4 times. Now, we won all 4 times, but that was about it. Brendan Baker stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by. Everybody that supports the place. Pete's Place, and Stuff. I like that name. That's a pretty cool name. Fax machine in the house. Oh, give us some fax, man. TND. Anybody else that I miss? I think I already said Trey BTV. He's the one that called in. Yeah, I think I got everybody. But yeah, I am just not feeling good today. I don't know what this is. Is it a cold? Hopefully not COVID again. How many of you are surprised that the Bengals not only made the playoffs, but they're in the Super Bowl now? What in the world? I mean, I'm happy, but I didn't see it coming. Usually when one of my teams gets to this heights, at least you can kind of expect it. Like, oh, this is supposed to be a big year for Cincinnati or a big year for West Virginia or what have you. But, I expected them to make a push to the playoffs, but to the Super Bowl, pleasantly surprised. And Joe Burrow, man, he is the real deal. He was not one of those quarterbacks where he won the Heisman, won a national championship in college, and then falls flat. No. Second year, boom, ready to go. So not only is Cincinnati making the Super Bowl this year, but we got a great future with the Bengals with Joe Burrow. Andre King, $10 super chat. Appreciate your support, buddy. One of my best subscribers, best supporters. All you guys are great. You know that? All you guys are great. Crypt Keeper decided to pop on by, and he says Bengals are going to the mother-loving Super Bowl, dude. Ric Flair, woo! Yeah, I agree. I am very... I know you can't see my energy about this because I am just not feeling good, but I promise you, I am super excited. I'm super excited about it. Has anybody seen Tar Heel in the chat? He don't stop by my live shows. He just likes to trash talk my regular videos. I invited him to email me Updating my email and all right, hold on. I got you, bud. Hold on. Somebody just asked for the call in. Give me 1 second, guys. Eddie, if that doesn't work, email me again, because I might have one number off, but I'm pretty sure this is right. I got you, man. Somebody requested the call-in show number while I was on live, which is fine. I told you I was going to try to keep up with it. So yeah, if you're in the chat section and you want to call in and you don't have the call-in number, email me at refsuck@gmail.com. That's spelled REFS. That's refs, and then suck, SUK, at gmail.com. All you have to do is email me who you are, what number you're calling from, and I will email you back the call-in number. That's how we roll around here, because once I start putting that number out in the chat, it turns into the troll call-in show. Trust me, I learned the hard way the first time I tried to have a call-in show. My gosh, that was horrible. So this helps to kind of keep that at a minimum. I'm sure it'll still happen in the future, but, you know, that one live show was insane. I mean, troll after troll after... It was crazy, guys. What's the email? refsuck at gmail.com. What's going on, Wisconsin fan?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I accidentally just hit a button right now. Hold on. Alright, I got you.
I just wanted to call in to tell everyone in here why Caleb Williams is coming to Wisconsin.
Say it again?
I just was calling in because I wanted to let everyone know why Caleb Williams is coming to Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's a pretty big deal. What's your thoughts on that real quick?
So, I found some that makes a lot of sense. So, Caleb Williams' dad is best friends with the new Wisconsin offensive coordinator,
Okay.
first of all. And Caleb Williams played with the new offensive coordinator's son, who is on the Wisconsin team.
Okay.
They played together in high school. And also, Caleb Williams' dad is friends with Russell Wilson.
Gotcha. I think I
Played
have...
under Chris at Wisconsin when Chris was the offensive coordinator. So, to me, it makes a lot of sense with all those connections.
Yeah, I think I have all the dots. I've been keeping track on the screen. I think I have all the dots connected. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no reason for him not to come. And there's a lot of hype in Madison, of what I can tell, about a lot of hope, a lot of hype, hoping that he can come.
Yeah, Wisconsin
and by
needs
the
a
way,
quarterback. That's the big need right now. Everything else is pretty much solid.
Yeah, they've got a great defense.
Yep.
They've got Braylon Allen, amazing running back. All they need now is the quarterback. And also, your Bengals, it looks like they're going to be playing the Rams. They're up 7-0 right now with 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
I'm okay with that. We've had issues with the Niners, but, you know, hey, we're in the Super Bowl. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and also, I was watching that West Virginia-Arkansas game. That team did not look like itself.
Yeah, I mean, I give credit to West Virginia. We didn't give up, but I don't know. Maybe lack of depth or something like that, because our legs were not there at the end.
Yeah, and I was devastated watching the Marquette game today with like a 1 point, I think it was 1 or 2 point loss to Providence.
What did I tell you, though? I said Providence is the best team in the Big East right now. I'm telling you. Do not hang your head on that one. Providence is a beast right now.
It was heartbreaking, though. Marquette was winning by like 10 at the half.
Yep.
So, like, going into halftime up, and Providence just came back. And I'll say, anyone who was watching the game can chime in on this, but on the last play, they ran an iso ball to our worst shooter.
Yeah.
What call is that? You got to have all 5 guys on the court. You don't call an iso ball. Have all 5 guys ready. And
Well, if you call ISO, you got to give it to your best player that shoots.
Well, yeah, like, and we have lots of good shooters. I would have made a play where anyone could get it because you have Justin Lewis, you have Daryl Morcell, you have Stevie Mitchell.
Wait, maybe. What about the guy that the guy that they called ISO on? Was he one of your best free throw shooters? That could have been a part of the plan.
No. Well, I don't. He's a freshman. He's not very consistent at everything, and they call it to him, and he goes up against a big man, and horrible matchup, misses. Then Justin Lewis, our best shooter, tries to rebound and misses. Marquette has to foul, and they don't have enough time to put up a buzzer beater shot.
Yeah, that's on the coach. Bad play call.
Yeah,
Sorry.
And Shaka's been great all year.
Yeah.
If you look at Shaka Smart, he's been great all year. But I'm excited for next season for West Virginia. Can't wait to see what the new offense is going to look like. And yeah, I'll let anyone else call in right now. But
okay.
Unless you got anything.
No, I think I'm good right now. I think Eddie wants to call in too, but yeah, that's a tough loss. But Providence.
We got a touchdown.
Who got a touchdown?
Tied up.
Okay, well.
So, but yeah, I'll talk to you later, and go Mountaineers.
All right, bud. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Big Marquette fan. And Marquette's pretty good. They actually beat West Virginia early in the season. But I'm trying to tell y'all right now, remember these words. Providence is a Final Four team right now. The way they're playing right now, they're the best in the Big East. They are a Final Four team. So when the big dance rolls around and you see Providence in the Final Four line, where did I hear that from? Oh, dang. Golden Blue Dude called that. Remember, I'm calling it right now, Providence to the Final Four. They are one of the best teams I've seen all year. Now, of course, matchups matter, but if they can get a high enough seed, then they won't get that really tough matchup until the Elite Eight or the Final Four. So keep playing the way you're playing, Providence, and you'll get that 2-3 spot, possibly 1 spot, depending on what everybody else does, and you won't have to worry about an Auburn or a Kentucky, or let's see who else. Maybe who's out west? Oregon's not any good. Maybe USC might get the high line. Whoever's out of the Big 12, Texas Tech, Baylor, you won't have to worry about that till the Final Four or the Elite Eight. Bottom line, get a high seed so you don't get knocked out early. Trust me, West Virginia gets in the big dance, but we don't get a high seed, so we end up playing a team that's better than us early in the dance. Now, last year it was freaking Syracuse. I thought we had the game won before we even played because I think it was a 6 versus 11 or a 5 versus 11. Yeah, they were 11 seed, we were 5 seed. And like an idiot, I kind of got a big head on that, and that zone defense shut us down. So I had to do a crow eating video shortly afterwards. And yes, that is still up on my channel. So if you want to look that up, you can go look that up whenever you want. So yeah, I am wrong sometimes, and when I am wrong, I admit it and I eat my crow. So don't get the idea that I think I'm right on. I'm not. I try to call things based on what I see. Call it an educated guess. Call it a prediction. Whatever. Sometimes it doesn't pan out, but sometimes it does. Like Kentucky finishing second in the SEC East last year, nobody was calling that. I called that, and I said Florida would fall down to at least 4th place, and I think they finished like 5th place. Eddie, that's fine. You can call in anytime, man. I appreciate you. Now you got the call-in number for whenever you want to call in next time. Go eat your dinner. You're good to go, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. So, yeah. Predicted Kentucky to finish second. You know what? I think a good thing for me to do would be make a video on what I was right about and what I was wrong about. That way we can see the biggest hits and the biggest misses. I think I'm going to do that as well because I remember one of my biggest misses was Michigan State. My gosh, I was way wrong on Michigan State. I hit the nail on the head on Auburn, and Auburn fans were just dogging me about it because I think I predicted them to finish like 7-5. Oh man, you're crazy, man. This is a 10-win team. We might be able to knock Alabama off the top in the SEC West. I'm like, based on what? What are you talking about? I predicted them to go 7-5. I think they finished the season like 7-6, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but roundabout where I predicted them to be. Maybe they did finish 7-5 or 8-5, something like that. But definitely not a 10-win a team. I don't know what they were thinking, what they were basing that on. And this year, SEC East, the teams to watch out in the SEC East as far as the ones that can make the biggest jump, I would say Tennessee and South Carolina. I think Tennessee's pretty much already there and poised to take over that number 2 spot. But the biggest climb could be actually South Carolina. I'm telling you right now, guys, keep your eyes on the Gamecocks in 2022. They're going to be a much better team. Yes, they made a bowl this year, but I'm thinking the Gamecocks could pull off a, 8-4, 9-3 type of season. The biggest faller in the SEC East could be Kentucky. Still think they'll get to a bowl, but they could fall to that 3rd or 4th spot depending on how they play South Carolina and Tennessee. I don't think Florida's going to be all that much better. Missouri, I don't think... I know I have some Missouri subscribers watching right now, including Eddie. Jury's still out on Missouri. I think Missouri could get to a bowl next year, but I don't see much more than that. I don't see them climbing in the SEC East all that much. I don't see them falling. I think they'll stay ahead of Florida and Vanderbilt, but I don't know. I'm feeling 6-6 right now, but that second spot I think will be between Tennessee and South Carolina, and then Kentucky will be right there at that 3 spot, and then whoever doesn't get second between Tennessee and South Carolina will probably end up 4th in the SEC East. But Billy Napier, great hire down there at Florida. I think he will have the Gators back contending for the SEC East here in about 2 years, but not this year. Not this year, guys. Sorry. I can't call it. Can't call it. They don't have enough. They don't have enough on defense. That's the biggest problem for Florida. A lot of people want to get on to them about their offense, which is not very good, but their defense needs a lot of work. A lot of work. Hold on, Brandon. Did you email me on my email? Because the way to get my number is to email me at refsuck@gmail.com. So let me see if you... No, I don't see an email from you just yet. I do have another request for a koozie, so I'll get that. So I got 2 more requests for a koozie from Johnny and Matt. But try emailing me again, Brandon. It's REFS, that's refs, REFS, and then suck, SUK, @gmail.com. So email me real quick. I'll try to stay on here until you email me because I don't see it right now. Let me make sure. No, I don't see it yet. So I'll keep my eyes out on that real quick. John, if you know how to spell it in the chat real quick. That way, it's double S. Remember that. That's the thing that usually trips people up. They'll spell it REFS and then UK. There's 2 S's. REFS and then SUK. So refs suck @gmail.com. So REFSSUK @gmail.com. And just tell me... see, I would put it in the chat but right now I go through OBS. I will be switching over to StreamYard, so I'll be able to hang out in the chat more. But you have to sign in, and there's no way for me to sign in right now, so I can't type it in the chat, and Joey's not here. But, I'll call it out one more time. REFSSUK @gmail.com. That's it. Yes, that's it. John has it right there. That is the email. So I will refresh, get that out to you real quick. Anybody else, you can, yeah, that is correct, Brandon. You had it right, actually. So if you send it, it should pop on. Maybe it's being, buried a little bit. I don't know. I don't see it. But I'll keep refreshing it. See what I can get figured out here. Oh yeah, another comment from Tar Heel. He is really like if you support me or I don't know, agree with me about this West Virginia ACC content, he'll jump on you. So him and MSU Detroit fan are going at it back and forth. Let's see. Is there anybody else that Tar Heel's going? You know, I like to see these small mini battles. So we have a Tar Heel versus MSU Detroit fan. That's going on. Who else do we got going on here? It's pretty much somebody versus not Wisconsin fan. Somebody versus Tar Heel. He likes to argue with anybody that agrees with me. So MSU Detroit fan. Big Ounce. Okay, we have a Tar Heel and Big Ounce battle going on. So that's two battles that he's in. Of course, me and Tar Heel. So you have a Golden Blue Dude versus Tar Heel going on. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Who else? I think that's the only battles going on with this current video. I mean, if you go back, you can see a lot of battles between him and people. He loves it. He loves it. So right now we have Tar Heel versus Big Ounce, Tar Heel versus MSU Detroit fan. And what was that last one? Tar Heel versus... Dadgummit. There was one more. Never mind. I lost it. Well, let me go back and check my email real quick. See if I have that email. I still haven't got it, man. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I log out and log back in. Give me 1 second here. No, I still don't have you, Brandon. I don't know what's going on. I see Eddie's. He texted me. He emailed me. I emailed him back. Let me see how he typed that real quick. The way John put it in the chat, that is exactly. There's no capital, no nothing. That is exactly my email address. All lowercase. refssuck@gmail.com. So, I mean, if that's not working, I don't know what to say because that's it. And I got an email from Eddie. Also got an email from Matt wanting a koozie, which I'll get that out. And I got an email from Johnny for a koozie. I got an email from VicTube about his I Am Going to Blue Dude. Another person asked for a koozie. No, that was the LSU fan that I did send. I actually sent him two because he had to wait. So, I mean, I'm getting my emails. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Pete's Place and Stuff says, where is this Tar Heel battle? It's on my most recent video, actually. Today's video. The one about Maryland. I think all three of those battles are on the Maryland video, if I'm not mistaken. But he has battles all over the place. You don't have to look very well. Basically, all you have to do is look at any video that has anything to do with West Virginia going to the ACC. Any of those videos, you will see Tar Heel battling with somebody. As long as somebody is like agreeing with me or supporting me with West Virginia to the ACC. Now, if not, if you disagree with me, he's not going to battle you. But if you agree with me, yes, he will battle you for sure. But I don't know what's going on with the email thing. Just update it again. No new things. So if I don't see it, who is this Tar Heel guy? He is my nemesis, Pizza Woman. Tar Heel is my nemesis, and he makes sure that every time I put a video about West Virginia going to the ACC, he makes sure to list all this stuff that proves that West Virginia isn't going to the ACC. And he likes to use quotations when he answers people. What he'll do is he'll use quotation marks, repeat what they said, and then answer them with a novel. He writes like 5 paragraphs per answer, and it gets a little ridiculous. So, yeah. But that's what he likes to do. He's a professional troll. I'm telling you, he's really good at what he does. So here's his strategy. Here's Tar Heel's strategy. What he'll do is he'll layer it, and try to get you more mad, until you react, and then you're the bad guy. So that's his MO. He'll layer his arguments, and he'll push at it. You react. You're the one that's calling names. Blah blah blah. You're the one that's mad. He'll turn it around on you. So that's how he works. He's pretty good at it. I'll give him credit. But that's the reason I made that video and took a vote on whether to block Tar Heel or not wasn't because of me. I don't mind. I don't like narcissists. Not going to lie about that. I don't like them. I don't like putting up with them. But I will. It is what it is. And I encourage trash talk and arguments. The reason I made that video is I was making sure he wasn't running people off. It's one thing when you're coming at me, that's fine, whatever. But if you're sabotaging the channel and running people off, and because I was getting a lot of complaints and saying people weren't coming back, that's another thing. And he's openly stated he's not a subscriber. Tar Heel is not a subscriber of this channel. So I made that video to make sure, to see if anybody had a problem with him, if he was running anybody off, if somebody was thinking about leaving because of him, and, get feedback from there. Most of the feedback was pretty much, ignore him, let the chat take care of him, blah, 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 which is fine. He's not blocked for now. In fact, he's been commenting since way back in July and August, and I haven't blocked him. But, a lot of people have been in my ear and complaining, so I had to bring it to the table and see what y'all thought about it. So, there was a few that had some issues with him, but most people were just like, don't block him. He does help the YouTube algorithm because he comments a lot, and it does help the YouTube algorithm. So, as long as he's not running people away, I'm not going to block him. So, if it starts coming to that, remember, you can always email me. So, if you have an issue with him, make sure to email me. Let me let me know, because I don't want my channel to suffer because of one troll. That's the big thing. Yeah, Andre King, he is your #1 hater. You is doing something right. I officially have a super troll. Golden Blue Dude has a super troll by the name of Tar Heel. And I would have never, if somebody would have said, hey, you're going to have a super troll, I would have never guessed a North Carolina fan. I would have guessed maybe a Texas fan, Pitt fan, Virginia Tech fan, maybe a Maryland fan, possibly a Penn State fan, Ohio State, that's a stretch. Maybe Oklahoma, because we haven't beaten them in the Big 12 yet. Any of our former Big East, like Louisville, Boston College, Syracuse, the Hurricanes, or anybody in that we used to play a lot that we don't anymore, maybe a Cincinnati. But a North Carolina fan, nope, didn't see that one coming at all. But the crazy thing is, he only does that for the West Virginia to the ACC thing. So, what a lot of people don't realize is these bigger networks like ESPN, ABC, NBC, or even the conferences themselves, the ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, they hire these people to do stuff like that. So it really makes me raise my eyebrow that every time I just do a video about West Virginia to the ACC, the same guy comes back on just those videos, announces he's not a subscriber, and argues to the death that I'm wrong. And here's why. It doesn't make sense, blah, blah, blah. So it just, if I saw him commenting and arguing about other stuff, probably wouldn't have noticed him like that, but he doesn't. He only argues on the ACC thing, so it gets me thinking. It gets the wheels turning. But there's a lot of things out there that really point to West Virginia joining the ACC. But it might not happen until 2025. That's the thing that kills me because, of course, I've been talking about it for a while and having to wait a few more years. And people are going to be trash talking me. Oh, you don't know what you were saying, and it hasn't happened yet, and, whatever. But when it does happen, man, that's going to be a sweet payoff. And I think
my subscriber base will jump massively because that's going to help my credibility. Not going to lie, my credibility has taken a hit because of that one thing. That one thing has hurt my credibility. Everything else I've been pretty close to or spot on. I've been wrong about a few things, not really a big deal here and there. But this one thing has hurt me a little bit with my credibility. So whenever it does come out, that's going to help me a lot. That's going to help this channel a lot. And so that's why it sucks if the announcement don't come until 2025. All right, anyway, yeah, the airstrip is a sign, definitely. That was a stipulation for the ACC to accept West Virginia, and that airstrip extension was approved in the summer of 2021. And when did the news come out that they were talking? In 2021. And it's set to be completed in 2025. When is the next contract up or the grant of rights up? 2025. So the timing fits perfectly. I mean, perfectly. I mean, if that turns out to be a coincidence, that would be one of the biggest coincidences of all time. But, it does happen. All right, so I'm going to head out of here. Brandon, I've been refreshing this whole time. I don't see it yet, so I was hanging on here for a little bit longer to see if I could get send the number to you and have you call in, but nothing doing yet. Anyways, appreciate everybody supporting. Let me scroll back up for the big dogs here. Dadgummit. I really need to get a new mouse. This thing sucks. Alright, so special shout outs to Shane M1980 with the $10 super chat. Yes, I'll be re-upping my P.O. Box. Anthony Zappin for the $10 super chat. And Andre King for the super chat. Appreciate the financial support. Definitely helps. This is what I do for a living. This is what pays the bills and feeds the kids. So all the financial support, definitely appreciate it. And the upgrade. I'm excited about that. Alright, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everybody's support. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I know the live show is over, but it can still get views even though it's not live, and people will watch it, and that helps the YouTube algorithm. So on your way out, please hit the like button. I meant to say it at the beginning of the season, but I forgot. But anyways, about to wrap it up. Hit the like button. Sorry, Uncle Lou. You missed it. It was a halfway decent show. I don't think it was an A. I would probably give it a B-. You missed a B- show. How about that? Anyways, y'all have a good weekend, or what's left of it. And since I had to postpone this to today, we're going to have back-to-back live shows. Tomorrow, Monday, 7 p.m., another live show.